And here we go, folks. Day 7 of the 20 planes in 20 days, and it's brought us clear out here to Minnesota. This is Wells Municipal, and we're heading to Fargo. Let's get started. Welcome to the Turbo Arrow, Piper Turbo Arrow. It's a Just Flight acquisition from a while ago, and it's good to have everybody along. Man, what a night last night. I'm still recovering. It was the trifecta of 3 great events happening at the same time. Of course, we had the Bush League Monday, our 6th rendition of that, which still blows me away. But that also came together with a couple of my, I guess, projects, and one of them is the Nowhere Fast series. And that was, I think, the 8th or ninth trip in that series, so that was kind of cool. And then it was day 6 of this, so it was like all 3 stars kind of aligned there, and it just made for a fantastic night. In fact, right now, if you hop over to 757 stream, 757's by, he's retracing and trying to navigate. He stopped in for a little bit last night, but he's trying to navigate some of these airstrips too. So it was a ton of fun, and really, if you flew in it, thanks. If you watched last night the stream, thanks. If not, yeah, you better go check it out. Go over to the Melvin Leroy YouTube channel, and it was definitely good entertainment. All right, we're going to get started here, and I'll tell you about tonight's event. This is a VATUSA.net event, and we're going to have a little GA presence here. Not sure if the Virtual USA Flying Club is a part of this one or not, but I've been looking forward to flying this one here. Not only because it looks like a fun midweek GA event, but it also the Wells Municipal here has kind of a cool little story. So I'm gonna share that information with you as we get going. All right, I have put fuel in there, and we've about 3/4 tank here for tonight's flight. It's going to be about 2.5 hours in this bird, and so we've got, I think, 4 hours of fuel just in case we have to divert. We get a little bit of headwind, that kind of stuff. And all right, prop lever full forward, crack the throttle. I do have a tank turned on. Yep, left tank. And we'll go mixture full rich, and let's crank it over. All right, I forgot to call clear prop, didn't I? Not good, not good. All right, good start though. And we can come over here and try to turn the alternator on, and let's see, what else do we need? Panel lights. We'll get those guys turned up a little bit. Might end up getting a little bit dark on us here. It's kind of mid to late afternoon. Bring that prop lever back so I can access this. All right, all those are turned up now. Do have the noise canceling headphones on, as you can hear right now. It does get a little bit loud. I might turn that up just a little bit. It has some really great engine sounds. Tell me if that gets too loud. All right, let's get the nav going. We are filing slant Gulf today, and should have some ATC, but nothing just yet. Not seen anyway. Let me just take another quick look here. Yeah, nothing yet. I believe we're in the Minneapolis area, and yeah, we'll be Minneapolis here. So hopefully those guys will come online here pretty soon. And Fargo has a little bit of ATC popping up, so it's just getting started. One of those deals. and so that's okay too. We'll just kind of clear ourselves. We'll pick up pop-up IFR once we get going, and we'll just kind of get headed in that right direction here. All right. Compasses, let's make sure they're aligned here. I'm heading south. Yes, indeed. Looking at the weather, the one concern with this plane is that there is some icing conditions in the area. Hey, JPC, thanks for the host, man. How are you doing, buddy? 2967. I do have a bit of a history with this plane icing up because this does not have any anti-icing systems in it, so it requires me to be smart about flying around icing and weather and things like that. I almost actually switched planes just because of that, but this plane is so much fun, and that's kind of part of the 20 for 20 is this is one of the planes I've enjoyed in my first year on Twitch, so I didn't want to leave it out. So I'm glad the weather is good enough. If we have to stay down low, if we have to divert, go around some weather, we'll do that. All right, what else here? Nav radio, gonna fly this route here. We're gonna be heading. Whoops, I've popped over to VFR for some reason. All right, going to be heading up to Redwood Falls, so we will tune 13.3 in to begin with, and we're just going to depart. Right now, winds are favoring a north departure, so we'll kind of take off here, and if we can't pick up Redwood Falls, we'll tune Mankato, and we'll fly Mankato until we get up here to this Victor 24 airway, and then we'll head into Redwood Falls 13.3. Then we'll turn north and fly towards Alexandria, and then from Alexandria we'll turn slightly northwest to Fargo, the Fargo VOR, which will allow us to head into Hector International, if you can believe that, in Fargo, North Dakota. So should be loads of fun. $13.3. Let's go ahead and plug that in. Whoops, I don't need to change that. 13.3. And we could put this all in the flight plan here, but I think I'm just going to fly VOR to VOR. I am going to put 110.8 in there. That's Mankato. Like I say, just in case Redwood Falls is a little out of our range. It's 73 miles to the Redwood Falls vortex, so it might be just a hair out of our range. It's hard to tell with these VORs. I've got some guys checking in here on the chat, by the way. Sorry I didn't mean to ignore you all, but Kenny Monster, present. JPC's working with the ghetto setup. Yeah, JPC, if you didn't hear last night, had a rudder pedal failure, so he went back to the old maintenance shop, and in true Bush fashion, he fixed himself something up, and he's able to get up into the skies, even though it's maybe not ideal. So yeah, so Kenny Monster, Redwood Falls is where the Farm Fest is held. So let me tell you a little bit about this. New pedals coming Monday. Yeah, I heard that they're going to hook you up with a new set for free, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. So Kenny Monster is a little bit to blame here for the Wells Municipal, by the way. And so like I say, I will fill you in a little bit more when we're en route. We'll have a few things to talk about here. All right, I need to get this turned around. We're actually going to depart to the north. The wind's 340 at 6. I've already put in 2968. So we will depart on runway 360. And one last check, make sure there's no ATC in the area. There is not. I think we're about ready to rock and roll. Can't imagine there's a whole other lot of people here at Wells Municipal, but I guess you never know. All right, so Kenny's flying back and forth between Wells and another airfield that's not too far away. Mike November 74. which again, something we'll talk about. Something we'll talk about. Okay, anything left on the checklist? I want to get going here in the next 5 minutes. I think we're going to be pretty close. Taxi clearance, well, we don't need one. Transponder code is going to just be 1200. We'll go ahead and go to Alt. I'm going to turn on the DME. Can never remember exactly how to do that. It's weird. I think maybe it's this guy right here. There we go. Alright, so yeah, we've got DME set, and I think we're just about ready to go. I need some lights. Alright, anti-collision lights are on, landing lights are on. I'm going to put the pitot heat on right now, and let's get going. Good to have you aboard, everybody. Yeah, Wells Municipal Arrow 11816 will be back taxiing to the south for IFR departure northbound, Wells. Let's make sure I have everything turned on here. COM 1 is on, yep. Alright, so I am broadcasting. There we go, that little T-tail. So much fun. Picked this up about mid-year, I think, and it is just a light, sporty bird. I have a hard time landing it. It's but super responsive. Doesn't like ice, doesn't like wind. It is a turbo, but not particularly fast, but definitely a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So down we go. So what's the deal with Wells Municipal, you might ask? Well, I have a little series called Nowhere Fast, and that's just me tootling around actually in a Cessna 152. But part of that series is kind of, I guess, a viewer request, and I love to hear about these little out-of-the-way areas like Wells Municipal that I just need to go visit, and you need to go visit them in a plane that you can fly low and slow and really appreciate the country. And so our friend Kenny Monster, longtime friend of the channel, suggested to head out to the east and check things out. So now this isn't exactly officially a part of that event because I'm still out actually in the canyon lands of Utah. I'm at Hanksville, Utah in my 152. But I felt like this was an appropriate time to maybe give people a little sneak peek of Wells Municipal, and this was a perfect opportunity. And Wells Municipal traffic, Arrow 816 is at the south end of the airfield. Will be departing north and climbing out IFR northbound Wells. All right, a notch of flaps ought to do us. We have lights on. Everything looks good. We're looking for a rotation speed of 74, and we'd like to climb out of here at about 79. Let's get the fuel pump on low, by the way. Just need just a little bit of pressure on takeoff here. All right, I think we're about ready. 6 knots of wind. That's just about right for this bird. It'll toss us around a little bit, but like Kenny's saying, nice wide runway here at Wells, and we do love the grass airstrips. Takeoff power set. Come 70, air 74, and we're off. Okay, Wells Municipal, we will be back. Gears coming up. There's the wind hitting us a little bit. All right, we do have the Redwood Falls VOR tuned in. That's a good thing. And our flaps coming up as well. Trying to hold runway heading, not doing a very good job at all. I have filed 8,000, but I am clearly going to let the clouds be my guide as far as this guy goes. All right, let's get climb power set here. Pull back on the throttle, pull back on the propeller. We'll get things, get the mixture leaned out here, everything into green. And we want about 90. No, I'm sorry, about 79. So we are right on the climb so far. Just the only thing we're not doing a good job of is holding the runway heading. Autopilot on, heading mode on. There is technically no altitude control or altitude hold, but there is a little workaround for that. They've hidden a little click spot right here that you can use to control your altitude, and we may use that depending on how the weather gets. But you can use your trim wheel and not disconnect the autopilot, which is kind of nice. All right, well, we were hoping for basically direct Redwood Falls, so let's get that spun around here and see about how far. Yeah, about 290. All right, that looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and make our turn here, and let's try to get on track here for Redwood Falls. And I may stop this climb here as we're getting up into the mist. We definitely have some concerns with icing, so I may stop the climb here at 4,000 for now. In the meantime, let's do this. Let's go ahead and arm the nav, and let's track that VOR direct Redwood Falls. All right, here we come on 4,000. Let's see if we can just trim it out here, and we'll try to fly it without the altitude hold. We'll see how good we do. If we get into a situation where we find ourselves with some ATC and some real strict altitude restrictions, we'll probably end up using that altitude hold. But for now, we'll let it, like I say, we'll let it trim itself out. We'll let it stabilize, pick up some airspeed. We can kind of count on about 130 or so. This plane, you can nudge it up to 140 or a little bit more if you need to, but we're not in any huge hurry. So all right, so yeah, I forgot to JPC. I forgot to pan around Wells and show you some of the little hidden gems, but they actually have a military aircraft, some kind of a jet parked there, some kind of a Delta wing jet, which looks pretty cool in real life. But I took that out, and I parked a Corsair in there in honor of our friend Kenny Monster. So you'll have to go check it out, see what you think. All right, there we go. And looking like, yeah, it was about 73 miles at Wells, and now we're down to 76. So we're on our way into Redwood Falls, and then ultimately up to Fargo for the, what are they calling this? The Fargo fly-in? Yeah, the Fargo fly-in. It is presented by ZMP, so like I said, I'm expecting that we'll pick up, and there we go. We've got Minneapolis Center popping on here. I wonder which one we need. So I should definitely get to 4,000 and level off here. I could request, I guess, an altitude range, but yeah, we'll just use that. Hey, you like my Cowboys hat? My Wyoming Cowboys hat? How are you doing, downwind? Okay, so 2420 is what we're going to try first here. And we just want to be legal.
Flight following the Fargo, contact Minneapolis Center on 133.433.
Just not feeling quite confident to go VFR. I don't know what he's going to think about me being at 4,000 either.
Pilot discretion, maintain 8,000, Fargo altimeter 2974. November 807, if you're still here, contact Fargo approach 1
feels
0.4.
2420 feels staticky, like I'm too low. So let's go, let's try 3340. Let's just see, we'll start there. A lot of times one of them will kind of be the higher altitude sector and one will be lower. Sometimes though I think they do break it up kind of east and west and things like that. So I don't know, we'll come over here and see.
Second years there, Yankee Kilo, read back correct.
Minneapolis Center, good afternoon, November 11816.
Number 11816, Minneapolis Center, go ahead.
Yes, sir. We just departed Wells Municipal. That's 68 Yankee. We're on our way inbound Redwood Falls. We'd like to pick up a pop-up IFR into Fargo.
Number 11816, Roger. Squawk 4210, maintain VFR.
4210, maintain VFR, 11816. 4210. All right. Not exactly VFR altitude. We should be at 4,500, but look at this scenery. Now, here's a little ortho issue, unfortunately. That is an ortho tile deal. This is not what it looks like in real life. It's one or the other. Kind of depends on the season. This is more like what it looks like.
1816, radar contact about 20 miles south of Mankato. Altitude indicates 4,000. Clear to Fargo Airport as filed to climb and maintain 8,000. Stand by for an altimeter.
Okay, cleared as filed. Cleared, climb, maintain 8,000, and we'll get an altimeter from you here in just a little bit. November 11816. Yeah.
Viper 816, read back correct. Mankato altimeter 2968.
68816.
Minneapolis checking in with Minneapolis Center.
All right, 68. I think that's pretty close to what we had.
Number 777 Yankee Alpha, Minneapolis
Center. So, all right. I think it's just haze here, so we'll go ahead and trim it out and start the climb here. Just nice and gentle up to 8,000. Keeping, again, a close eye on any kind of storm clouds, any kind of moisture. And, yeah. Downwind sim. Here is the flight plan, my friend. We've got Wells Municipal that we departed from. And we're heading up to Fargo for that Fargo fly-in here. Hector International. Dodging a little bit of storms, and actually the icing warning is kind of lifted for us. It's not until we get a little closer to
Number 7 Yankee Alpha's radar contact 35
into
miles
Fargo that we got to worry about things. So and moderate icing at that.
Prior to any altitude changes.
All right. Well, we will keep close tabs on that because again we have a little history. Have a little history of icing up and not exactly finishing our flight the way we'd like. There's the Hound, another great aviation day. Yep, we're out here in Kenny Monster country. Checking out the old land of 10,000 lakes.
EPS 559 is leaving my airspace. Chicago Center is closed. Radar service terminated. Frequency change approved. Good night.
Back to you to go from EPS 559. Have a good evening.
Beautiful plane, beautiful day, beautiful area. Again, like I was saying, it's one or the other out here. Probably this time of year, it probably is a little bit greener than what I'm seeing right below me. This is kind of more like a winter, early spring maybe. Pretty dang lush and green out here, to be sure. BOR tracking, and still plenty of time here. 53 miles from Redwood Falls. Probably would be nice to try to be up to 8,000 at that point. But hope everybody's doing good.
Speed radar 167 Minneapolis Center.
It was an interesting day in my world, but I'll tell you a little bit about that here as we get going. Back to Wells Municipal, and our friend Kenny Monster with the suggestion.
167 radar contact about 60 miles
And that
southwest.
74 whiskey that he's talking about. I think it's 74 whiskey. Anyway, there's a lot of little,
167. I show you
lot of
files
little
for flight level 410. I'm assuming
cool
you're planning to step
turf
up to that altitude. You stop at
airstrips
33
around
for
this
now,
part of the world, and we're kind of collaborating a little bit and putting together maybe a little scenery pack for Minnesota for potentially some fun later on. So we'll keep you posted on that. But I always, no matter
167, maintain flight level 330.
no matter if I'm flying this or in the Nowhere Fast series or whatever, if you've got a place that I need to see, one of those little hidden away gems, man, let me know. I'll add it to my list, and that's what I like to do. And I know I'm not alone. There's people in this chat window right now that enjoy traipsing around and seeing what there is to see. So let me know. All right, onward and upward through 7,000, and we're climbing good power here. The climb out power was 79, and we're way over 90, so we're doing good. We could increase it a little bit if we wanted to, but I don't think we need to hurry. Let's take a look at the after takeoff checklist. I do have gear up and retracted. I can go ahead and turn the fuel pump off. Boost pump off. I'm going to leave the landing lights on because we're going to only be at 8,000 just for visibility's sake. And it's time to change. It's been about 15 minutes. Time to change the fuel over to the right pump. Yeah, you can see we used a little bit of that in the left-hand side, so we'll try to keep things as balanced as we can. Every 15 minutes is what they recommend. I usually forget. Yep, that is distinctly an ortho tile line if I've ever seen one. Both look good in their own way, but just not right next to each other.
St. Paul, like to pick up our IFR to Fargo.
Whoa, there's a gust. Holy
He was
Moses.
calling for the IFR clearance out of, I think it was St. Paul.
Wow. That's all kinds of turbulence right there. Yowza.
I'm sorry, just verify the call sign one more time. November 694 Hotel is what I was catching.
Okay, I'm going to try to see if I can engage heading mode, but man, we are getting tossed around right now. Whoa. Yeah, there is. That's a very, very true statement, and Steve PHL has kind of put me onto a few resources that are kind of to that end. Man, we are getting our butt kicked up here. Holy Moses.
Clear 67904 Hotel, cleared to Fargo Airport as filed to maintain 3,000. Expect 4,005 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 133.4, squawk 4511.
Man.
November 67904 Hotel, cleared to Fargo as filed. Climb maintain 3,000, expect 4,005 minutes. Departure
Kind of looking at my
squawk 4511.
active sky map here.
Cessna 904 Hotel, read back correct. And
Yo.
ready to taxi with the St. Paul weather. Showing
Not
the wind
good.
out of the north 360 at 6. Probably 3-2 for departure. If you have something else in mind, though, just let me know.
Didn't exactly hit my 8,000 either. But yeah, here is my plan is actually to fly into the southern part of Colorado, and I have to look and see who suggested this. If nothing else, just for the name alone, it's worth going to visit. Haha. Hey, how are you, Steve? We're just talking about you, man. Good to see you. Never mind the roller coaster ride that's going on right now. Yeah, we were just talking about different places to fly for the Nowhere Fast, and Eris had mentioned that heading along that Grand Canyon and all that stuff is well worth it. And I was just talking about how you and I had looked at a.
Due to the frequency, there is hazardous weather. Convective signal 54 Central. For Michigan, Wisconsin, Lake Huron, and Lake Michigan concerning an area of severe embedded thunderstorms, and additionally 55 Central for Michigan, Wisconsin, and Lake Michigan concerning a line of severe thunderstorms. Both are outbound until 0055. Further information available from high loss or correction from flight service frequencies.
I wonder if I'm picking up a little bit of that here. But anyway, we just talked about how you and I had traded some notes on the John Wesley Powell route as potentially a spot to go. But here's where I'm heading, though, for the next. I'll give this much of it away for the next episode. I'm heading out to a place in Colorado called True Grit South. I figured the name alone deserves a visit.
FlexJet 713 Minneapolis, I believe you were checking in
Boy,
as well.
boy.
Verify altitude.
This is something else.
Climbing through 354, flight level 390, and that's Lone Star 713.
Correction, Lone Star 713 Minneapolis, roger, altitude checks. Break, WestJet 707, radar contact at 15 miles east of El Salvo.
I may need to descend back to 6,000.
34, which would be correct for direction of flight, say requested altitude.
I'm going to try to disconnect the autopilot here and see if we can
I'm okay with 35 for now, but I'll probably need something different for me.
get down at least a little bit here. Actually, just try to get down to 8,000, number one. That's where I'm supposed to be. And then I think we might request descent here. Oh, that was broken.
Yeah, last aircraft check-in was extremely overmodulated. I heard somebody it sounded like 350s. Verify, was that American 619?
All right, that's close enough. Does it have a statue of John Wayne?
American 619, roger, speed advisor, extremely overmodulated. Try back in the mic up a
Yeah,
little bit.
it's a cool little spot, and there's some places kind of along the way that are interesting as well. I'm not exactly sure what the route's going to look like just yet, but should be a fun one. It'll be a little bit more of a cross-country leg, or maybe two, to get there. It's not exactly close, but you know, no more than a couple days of flying will get us there.
Number 67904 Hotel, runway 32, taxi via Alpha.
32 via Alpha 67904 Hotel.
Yeah, this is just a behind kicker right now. Boom, boom, boom. Bumpy, bumpy, bumpy. That would not be fun if you were a passenger. Man. Minneapolis Center, Piper 816.
Go ahead, sir.
I'd like to request a descent down to 6,000. We're getting knocked around pretty good up here at 8.
Piper 816, roger. Just to maintain 6,000.
Send maintain 6,000, Piper 816. Yep, I think it's worth at least going down there to take a look at things. Let's just see how easy it's going to be to do that. Felt like we ran into this passing through about 7,500. So my hope is that it was the altitude and not just us flying into a front here. Let's find out. TD checking in. How the heck are you, my friend? Welcome to the rodeo. Hey, there you go. It's a little smoother for sure down here. I think that maybe is a good call. 6,000 will be just fine. If it's this smooth, I will take it. Steve had a nice little circuit around the clock. Was so focused on finding the airstrips that forgot to switch the fuel tanks.
707 approved as requested at
Yeah, this is another one of those that has that. I tend to forget myself. Plane was kind enough to restart after you ran out of. Oh, yeah. Yep, been there. Side note here is we're pushing 150, which is pretty darn fast for this bird. Holy cow. Four whole seconds to spare. Yeah, there were some late people, and you know, I plan on handing out tardy slips for the rest of the whole month. Anytime I see those guys that rolled in late. All right, there's 6. Much smoother. I think passengers will be much happier. How are we doing here, by the way? Redwood Falls, 29.9er miles.
Sounded like ExecJet 19 with a radio check. Minneapolis 5x5, sorry.
All right, let's take a peek here at pressures and temps. All looking good. Suction is good. Everything seems to be in line. Take 6. How are you, man?
Number 7
Good to
Yankee
see you.
Alpha, St. Cloud
Thanks for stopping by.
66.
Peeking ahead, we'll get to Redwood Falls, and then we'll actually be on a Victor Airway. We're going to grab that outbound 350 and head north. Looks like this is a 90-mile leg, so you know, get about halfway. Looks like maybe arm you and flip it over, or maybe not. Maybe more like
1023 traffic,
feed
12
us
o'clock,
and
40 miles opposite direction,
switch her over. But we'll be heading up here to Chandler Field, the Alexander VOR. We'll be inbound on the 170. So outbound on the 350, inbound on the 170. That's a nice straight leg. We'll take that.
Thank you.
We found some nice smooth air right here. Hey, all right, take 6 finally got Vulcan to work. Yep, have they released any kind of a hot fix yet for the VATSIM connection issue. I know that that's been the main sort of feedback thus far, is that folks are having to decide whether or not they want to connect to VATSIM if they upgrade to the 11.5 beta. You get one or the other. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Steve, I remember you talking about having some issues with that. Well, I think that's what everybody's excited about. It's just squeezing a little bit more performance out of their machine.
Number 7 Yankee Alpha, contact Minneapolis Center 124.2. Good night.
Yeah, so looking forward to that myself, but I think I gotta wait until they get the client, VATSIM client issue figured out.
Minneapolis Center 46 Alpha Juliet with you, climbing through 1,800.
How are we looking here? 24 miles.
Alpha Juliet, Minneapolis departure, radar contact. Climb and maintain 4,000. Altitude indicates 2,200.
Roger, climb and maintain 4,000. 46 Alpha Juliet. Alpha Juliet, if possible, we would like flight following to Fargo out of the Bravo.
Number 46 Alpha Juliet, okay.
Kitty,
Roger.
this is cool
And,
country, man.
Right, thanks. So maintain VFR.
Does that look like a little?
Below, probably for
I seen like a little. Oh, there's an airstrip.
Westbound cruise altitude 4,500.
Look at that airstrip down there. The default's right next to the real ortho one. I wonder what that is. That's a dual grass airstrip. Do you know where that?
46 Alpha Juliet, Roger, and you can start that climb now. Maintain VFR at 4,500. Advised prior to any altitude changes.
Make a note of that. What would that be on our way up here?
Center Skyhawk 6794 Hotel, holding short, tree 2, St. Paul, ready for departure.
Pretty good size, like a little.
Hotel, runway 32, clear
yeah, where the heck is that? So I'm just about 20.
Departure, wind 360 at 6.
It's about 20 miles.
Tree 2, right turn 020, 6794 Hotel.
Right over the top of it. Whatever this is. Sleepy Eye?
At 707, Roger.
What is that, Kenny? What do you think? Oh, I was going to look at a different one, and then I caught that one.
55 Minneapolis Center, Roger. Good evening.
Thought maybe I saw one right here, but no, that's not one. Yeah, gonna have to do some research there. I don't know what that little.
Well, shed 707 traffic.
Little
2-strip 20 miles southbound heavy Boeing
place is, but that deserves some work right there. We need to clean that up just a little bit, don't you think, guys?
Southwest 4540, checking in at number 380.
Southwest 4540 Minneapolis.
Yeah, there was a little bit of talk about that take 6, and I guess I don't know exactly where I stand on the conversation. Here's basically the conversation. The winds last night were 18 knots, which is right on the edge of where most of the types of planes that we fly are probably legal. In fact, for some planes, it was more than what we should have flown. So the question becomes, do you...
Piper 816, Redwood Falls, altimeter 29er 68.
68, Piper 816. Do you roll back your weather, or do you, I think that's right where I'm at, or do you not fly, or do you pick a different airplane that is rated to do an 18 knot wind? And I think I'm maybe guilty a little bit, and so I guess I'll own this part. By the way, 15 minutes, let's flip over. I will own this part. I'm one of those guys that promotes real-time weather, real-time daylight, fly it like it is in real life. So that I do promote that, and so sometimes that I think makes sim pilots do things that maybe they wouldn't do in real life. And I think last night we saw that a little bit. I don't know how many people would have been flying a tail dragger, you know, around the Utah Canyonlands in an 18 knot wind. So
American 9913, climb and maintain flight level 370.
that's on me because I kind of do
370, American 9913.
peer pressure you a little bit, and try to make you feel bad if you don't fly it in real weather. And I think the concern is that it just doesn't promote good pilotsmanship, airmanship, and it makes
Minneapolis Center, Skyhawk 6794 Hotel, just off
makes
St.
people
Paul,
do things they
climbing
wouldn't normally do, and then they feel bad about that because they're trying to achieve a certain level of realism.
Minneapolis departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 4000.
And so I guess I have to own that. But I think the devil's advocate side of that is this. I don't know that any of us are ever going to achieve the type of realism that we think we're going to achieve. There's a few people that are on the sim that are real life pilots, and they've even said you just can't achieve it on a sim. You can't achieve the same experience on the sim. So it's fun to strive for that, but you don't really ever get where you. I don't think you're ever satisfied. If you're shooting for perfection in the sim world, you're just never going to get there. So I get flying on the edge of a weather, a wind like we did last night. It's going to turn you around and you're going to crash, and that's not, that's entertaining but no fun, especially if you're trying to maintain a level of realism and professionalism and all that good stuff. But I think it's okay to also have fun, and it's okay. I also think to sort of push your skills a little bit and fly in weather conditions that you maybe wouldn't normally fly in, and learn about your airplanes and learn about your skills as a pilot. And maybe you're going to get a little bit better in the long run. I mean, anybody can fly straight and level at 6,000 feet with clear skies and no wind with the autopilot on and tracking a VOR. I mean, that's not really a huge challenge, but trying to navigate pilotage in a pretty serious wind and then trying to land and learning about that. How does your airplane handle with the crosswind, with a little tailwind, with whatever? I feel like I get better, a little bit better every time I try that. Now, I'm not going to do like some of the videos that you see where they're trying to land in Hurricane Hugo or whatever, and they've got the Cessna and it's actually flying backwards because the wind is that strong. I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying get ultra unrealistic, but don't beat yourself up if you bend an airframe in a Bush League event like that when the weather is the way it is. Don't take it so hard. Don't take yourself so seriously, I guess. Let your hair down a little bit, so to speak, and I don't think you're gonna. I don't think the guys you hang out with on Twitch when you stream are gonna think of you any less if you happen to have a bad landing and whatever. That's just, I guess that's my other side of the equation, but I won't be at 8 miles. I won't be giving anybody a hard time about real weather, real time. From here on out, you have my word. I'm just going to let you pick what you want to fly and whatever's enjoyable for you, because I think at the end of the day, you want to be on here and you want to be enjoying yourself. So anyway, that's my spiel about last night.
13 Minneapolis, all right, cleared to Des Moines Airport via radar vectors. Flighting 270 vectors for descent. Descend at pilot's discretion. Maintain a 4,000 for now, 14,000.
Yeah, take 6. It's a little bit more. It's like a little bit more of a test pilot mentality, right? And I always kind of admired those guys like Chuck Yeager, I guess, and a little bit less of a Captain Sullivan approach. Sully, who fantastic pilot, a pilot's pilot, right?
In Minneapolis Center 1 Star 713, could you just go ahead
But
and
he has a
confirm
different
the
approach
heading
than
for
Chuck
13?
Yeager. Downwind's going to still give me trouble about the weather. Okay, all right. Well, you know where I'm going to be downwind. That's no secret. I'm just not going to give you a hard time if you decide to back off. I'm making a promise. All right, so you can see, by the way, guys, we do have Redwood Falls coming in. And again, I could easily put this route in. I'm more and more liking the default GPS that X-Plane has. One big reason why I like it is it's upgradable with Navigraph, and so it's never out of date, which is awesome. And but I'm just not, just because I do want to have a little something to do, and it's nice to at least spin a VOR knob every once in a while. All right, we're starting to lose that VOR though just a bit. And again, we are heading out of here on a 350 heading. We're following the world low, or the en route low 12 right now. It's just about time to head north. Spin that to 350. This is this plane's slow enough we can take it all the way in basically. Oh, we've actually lost it. So we're just kind of tracking blind right now. So I technically could let's flip it up there. And let's go ahead and make the turn.
Left turn heading 270. Left turn to 270. PD to 14,000.
Oh no, gosh, I was looking at the wrong. I was looking at nav too. We're still good there, but that's okay. That's okay.
Okay, I'm not sure what part of flight heading 270 we confused with direct the airport, but yeah, start a left turn now, please, heading 270. Continue descent to pilot's discretion, maintain a 11,000, 11,000.
Downwind sim, I have had one person one person who did give me their guess, and this person was correct in the phrase, I guess, but they were not correct in the answer, if that works, or if that makes any sense. But then they gave me actually an alternate answer that was even funnier. And since you know the phrase and the answer, I will share with you the second incorrect answer, and he put his wife. So I got a kick out of that. I said that actually is better, more entertaining than what the original answer was. But yeah, Steve, I haven't had anybody. I know that 757 Spy was taking copious notes as well. I don't know if he's still going or not, but I think the bragging rights for that one are still out there, man. So I turned too soon, as you maybe could tell, as I've spun the VOR around. I should be tracking 350 outbound, and I'm way to the right. So instead of going 350, I'm going more 330 in the hopes that I will I'll actually pick that. There comes the radio. All right, we're almost there. Almost there. Getting ready to spin this guy back over to nav.
Cleared at 4 Papa Hotel, climb and maintain flight level 180.
There we go. And we're on our way. 90-mile leg from Redwood Falls north to Alexandria.
750 Golf Foxtrot, Minneapolis Center. Roger, good evening. Break. Someone else was checking in and it was blocked by previous instruction. Who was that?
Southwest 4540 is requesting to be text only for the rest of this.
Southwest 4540, okay, I'll show text only, thanks.
Thanks.
Minneapolis Center 1 Star 713, I think you get direct cyclone for the ILS 31.
Let's take a look, by the way, at the VAT Sim Skies tonight. We haven't done that yet. Let's see where we're at. Here we are. Just departed from
hang on a second, I'm going to need to pull up some
about right there, and here's where we're heading. how are they doing on a Tuesday night? Oh yeah, 24 arrivals, 10 departures. That's good. That's good for old Hector International. So nice to have Minneapolis ATC on. We've got Winnipeg also, so you can come in from the north if you'd like. We've got Denver online if you want to come in from the west. Here's Kansas City, Chicago, even Cleveland online here. So a nice little collection right through the middle of the United States, and over here Vancouver as well. Down some Central America.
Cycling, you said, and fly the full procedure from there.
I keep saying it. I keep saying it. We got to get ourselves down to South America here. I think that's going to be my next series. It's going to be a South American series. I need to get down there. I have not flown down there very much. Kind of got the day after across the pond thing going right now.
Just Southwest 263 on, looking for higher.
Southwest 263,
A little bit of France, a little bit of, what's this, Russian Federation.
263.
And hey, some, got some Australian ATC going.
King Air 0 Yankee Kilo, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Pilot's discretion at 240, 520 Yankee Kilo.
520 Yankee Kilo, that's a Flight 1
Number 26 Delta Charlie,
Beechcraft 200 super number right there. I recognize that call sign. That's a good plane. I like that plane. That plane's actually not going to be in my 20 for 20 special. It was a tough call. I had to eliminate it because of some serious frame rate issues. It's my oldest P3D add-on, and it just finally hit the point with the latest P3D update that it just wasn't liking life. Now, that said, I will continue to try it every time P3 updates, because sometimes, like I found with the Real Air Beach Duke 60, that it didn't work for a little while, and then all of a sudden it did work with an upgrade. So I love that plane. It's the first King Air I've ever owned. It's the first G1000 that I've ever messed with, and I don't want to lose it from my collection. Alright, update that heading knob. Peek it outside here. Well, it's hard to believe they've got some severe weather.
King Air 0 Yankee Kilo, contact Minneapolis on 124.2. Good night.
All over the place here as we're heading in, but just nothing right now has really materialized. But it's kind of one of those things where it's just like building up and building up and building up and growing and growing and growing. And these things can out this direction. Kenny Monster, you can back me up on this. Downwind Sim,
Number 26 Delta Charlie, clearance available, advise ready to copy.
you're also familiar with this type of weather where it can,
26 Delta Charlie, clear to
those
Fargo Airport as
thunderstorms
filed,
can just
3000,
pop up
expect
out of nowhere.
10 minutes after departure.
Get pretty crazy in a hurry.
133.4, squawk 4547.
So here's the other thing we got to kind of pay attention to, by the way. When we get within about 20 miles of Alexandria, we reach an area that is reported moderate icing. So we need to be careful. We need to just watch for clouds, watch for weather. We don't have anti-icing in this plane, so we can't beat the weather. Hey, we've got a raid. I hear the geese in the background. Oh my goodness. It's our friend Dave from 757 Spy on Twitch TV. Dave, the big question that everybody's been asking here is, did you solve the little word riddle?
Minneapolis Center 124.2.
I saw you
Good night.
taking copious notes along the way.
4.2, Lear 4
I hope
Papa
you were able
Hotel.
to get it. Inchworm 428. Just did the downwind treasure hunt.
Minneapolis Center 1 star 713.
It's a fun one. There's lots of good downwind sim Easter eggs spread around the canyon lands of Utah. I hope you enjoyed the food truck there, Inchworm.
I wanted a 270 heading for me to begin with, so vectors for descent, but recommend about it. Let's fly
It's
heading
become a
130 for now.
Bush
I'll just
League
vector you back into the
backcountry
first. It'll be
favorite.
a lot easier than having to do the procedure turn.
It's a series of hints for the next flight. So the answer, Mr. Spy, did you... Well,
Legion 55, what approach can we expect
the
from
answer
Fargo?
was actually contained on the back of
Legion
one of the
55,
banners. Is it
contact Minneapolis Center
downwind? Is it
124.2.
safe for me to
124.2,
reveal that?
Legion 55.
Mum's the word. Okay, I'm sorry, 757. You understand this as much as anything writing spy novels. Secrecy is of utmost importance. Well, I guess I'd let that one leak out. One of the signs actually has the answer.
Number 26 Delta Charlie runway 28 left, taxi via Delta Bravo.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Left via Delta Bravo Charlie 26 Delta Charlie.
So far, Dave, we've had one person that has correctly put together the phrase, but they have also not put together the answer. They've not given the correct answer, so that I gave them partial credit. Being a school administrator, you know, I'm all about partial credit. So welcome from 757 Spies Flight. This will be probably a little less adventurous. We're flying in the Fargo fly-in tonight.
750 Golf Foxtrot, reset transponder, squawk 7022, receiving a duplicate.
We're in the Turbo Arrow from Piper, and we're enjoying some fantastic Minnesota ATC. You guys all
November 0 Golf Foxtrot,
recognize
reset transponder, squawk 7022,
the dulcet
receiving a
tones of
duplicate beacon.
Mr. AJ, aka Ground Point Niner. And we're just enjoying the Minnesota and pretty soon the North Dakota countryside. Glad to have you along.
November 750 Golf Foxtrot, Minneapolis Center, out of your read.
In fact, we intentionally hope for less adventure tonight because we flew the same route that 757 flew today, and it was a rodeo.
750 Golf Foxtrot, got the code. Thank you, 7022.
40 Golf Foxtrot, Roger, and how do you read?
Loud and clear.
Alright, thanks. You're loud and clear now as well. Delta 2348, leaving my correction, Delta 2348, contact Kansas City Center 125.72. Good night.
572, good night.
All right, so we're 23 out. We're going to flip it over at about 45 here. Our next VOR, let me double check here. Alexandria 112.
713 heavy, descend to maintain 4,000.
112.8.
One star 713 heavy.
That'll be
right,
ready to
heading
go.
270 vectors, final approach course. Expect a vector across the localizer to join.
Unhappy Canyon. I don't mind that you renamed that.
November 67904 hotel, radar contact lost.
There's a few of those that I think could end up with a little different name when it's all said and done. All right, time to flip the fuel tank over.
Left. Number 26 Delta Charlie runway 28
How am I doing with that, by the way? Oh, we're not too bad.
Wind
We're burning. We're drawing off the right-hand tank right now. We're staying within about 5 gallons.
300 330 runway 28 left, clear for takeoff 26 Delta Charlie. Number 26 Delta Charlie heading 300 300. Alright, 300 26 Delta Charlie. 1735, descend via the
Take
Muscle
6.
3 arrival, runway 30 right,
The
transition
real story
Minneapolis,
was
altimeter
he was
2966.
trying to do donuts like Sim Caesar, and they ended up breaking on him. He hit one of those big sagebrush, and they broke on him. Actually, his plan all along, I think, this is just my own personal theory here, is he was looking for a replacement, maybe even an upgrade for like weeks, and he's like, that Bush League event, that's my chance. That's my chance.
3000. JetBlue 1735, Minneapolis Center.
Two center controls tonight, by the way, for Minneapolis. I think they're expecting pretty good turnout. Also, two center controls in Chicago and Winnipeg. So I'm thinking, that they're thinking that we're thinking about flying tonight, which
Number 26 Delta Charlie, just verify your plan to cruise altitude to Fargo. That was
I think the
10,000,
traffic
correct?
on VATSIM has been just awesome. There's been a positive to this
Number 6 Delta Charlie, no,
quarantine. It's been
fine.
that.
Should work out, but I'll have that for you in a little bit. Maintain 3,000 for now.
3000 for 926 Delta Charlie, and I'm here from the 4 Lima Echo.
Uh-oh. 4 Lima Echo. That's Mr. Bill Forley.
1597 Minneapolis departure, radar contact, climb and maintain a 17,000, 17,000.
That's his call sign anyway. I shouldn't say that was him. 31, just about ready to flip it over and start tracking Alexandria inbound. Going to do it at 45. It's just a straight Victor 175 airways, so we don't have to make any course corrections. We'll see what happens, though. It's always an adventure when you flip it from one to the next.
Delta 1597, proceed direct to Zogap, resume the Smurf 7 departure.
I can't stand it, Kenny. I know you planned it. I'm going to set it straight this Watergate. No, don't get me started.
Charlie, turn right, heading 340.
So much of my internal memory is wasted on Beastie Boys songs. Oh, he's out there on Pilot Edge, isn't he, Kenny? He likes that Pilot Edge stuff on the West Coast. He does a good job out there. Listen, oh, y'all, it's sabotage. I don't want to get my stream muted because I'm sure I sound so much like the Beastie Boys that auto mod thing that picks up music, it's probably going to mute my stream now because I sound just like those guys.
November 67904 Hotel, are you back on?
Affirmative, 67904 Hotel.
Number 67904 Hotel, ident, radar contact was lost about 4 minutes ago. Just be advised of that. Minneapolis altimeter is 2966.
2966 and will ident, 67904 Hotel.
Delta 1597, climb and maintain flight level 360.
360 to the 1597.
10 miles to the transition.
November 0 Golf Foxtrot, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain the flight level 380.
380 pilot's discretion, 0 Golf Foxtrot.
Number 67904 Hotel's radar contact, radar contact reestablished 15 miles northwest of Gopher. Altitude indicates 4,000.
4000 check, 67904 Hotel.
Lone Star 713 Heavy, runway 31, clear to land, wind 310 at 11.
I need to get that plug-in that allows you to do the cinematics. What's that called again? Where you can kind of pan around. I saw Captain Canada Mustache had that, man. That looked really, really cool. Kind of had that slow pan and fade in and out. What's that called? X camera. Is that right?
Viper 816, contact Minneapolis Center 124.2, safe flight.
2420, Piper 816. We'll see it.
JetBlue 1735, Minneapolis Center.
And I got to check in here. Just about Wilmar, I think. Minneapolis Center, Piper, November 11816 at 6,000. I think we're pretty close to the Wilmar vortex.
Number 11816, Minneapolis Center, Alexandria, altimeter 2972.
72, Piper 816. Yeah, I think that's Wilmar right there. Excuse me. Seven two. Hard to get right on 7-2 for that one. Pretty close. X camera, yeah. Tuba flight. Hey, how are you, man? Good to see you. That's a payware one, right? If I'm not mistaken. Thanks for stopping by, man. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, donation ware. Okay. I'll have to go check it because you know, as riveting as it is to sit in the Turbo Aero cockpit, hang out. I know sometimes it's nice to pop outside and have a little bit of a cinematic view. I think Downwind Sim's rubbing off on me with his camera and creation skills.
Number 6, correction, 7826 kilo, contact Minneapolis Center 133.4.
133.4, 7826 kilo.
All right, I think we're pretty close here. Let's see what the changeover does. We're going to go from
7826 kilo, contact Minneapolis Center 133.4.
going from Redwood Falls to Alexandria VOR.
Number 26 kilo, Minneapolis Center 133.4.
Shouldn't do anything, but where are you going? Why do you have just a slight little shimmy to the right? We're tracking inbound, by the way.
Minneapolis Center, Baron Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray with you at 5500.
There's our friend Crixel.
Center, Fergus Falls, altimeter 2972.
2972.
There's our buddy Crixel, coming in loud and clear.
Number 777 Yankee Alpha, contact Fargo approach 120.4, good day.
120.4, 777 Yankee Alpha, good day.
November 7826 kilo, Minneapolis Center.
Yep, so anyway, we're tracking that 170 outbound into Alexandria. Shimmy, yeah. I did a dance with it the other day, Dave, and then I vowed to never ever do that dance again. So, jump to the left, yeah, step to the rest. Those are my middle school dances. Those are the favorite songs, you know, where the it's not really a song, it's just a dance that they sing about. And there is one like that with step to the left and one hop now. 2 hops this time. My kids love that. Okay, so here we are, inbound Alexandria then. Hanging a left, northwest on the 29er outbound, 82-mile leg, and then we're getting pretty doggone close. We actually will be here at Alexandria starting to think about, I think, arrival, checking some weather. Yeah, put your hands on your hips, yeah. They even talked me in. Every year, that's what they do at the beginning of the year. We have some big assembly in the gym, and of course, what's the favorite thing to do is you got to embarrass your
For 104 Papa Hotel,
school
to
principal
pilot,
somehow. So they make me
8,000 Fargo out
they
to
make me
39
dance every
73.
year, and I can't dance.
Pilot's discretion down to 8,000. Learjet 104
Channeling
Papa
Rocky
Hotel.
Horror Picture Shows. Yeah. Which one was Rick Moranis in? Was that
November 46
that
Alpha
Little
Juliet,
Shop of
Minneapolis
Horrors?
Center.
Trying to remember which one he was in. See, he was in the Rocky Horror. Okay, Little Shop. He was in Little Shop of Horrors. Okay. But I digress. .757 Spy doesn't know it, but he's now
Number 4 Mike Charlie, if you're still here.
officially
Fargo
entered
approach 120.4.
into the $25 xplane.org gift certificate that I'm giving away at the end of my 20 planes and 20 days celebration on April the 20th. Also, Tuba Flight.
Bravo, turn left on
And
course,
who else
maintain
checked in
900,000,
here
clear for takeoff, runway 35 left.
when they got here with the raid? Somebody else checked in with the raid. Inchworm.
9 Kilo Bravo, correction, 0 Kilo Bravo, squawk
426.
4571.
Tuba Flight. So yeah, easy to get entered. All you got to do is stop by, say hi, or make fun of Downwind Sim,
Center 0 Yankee
and
Kilo,
you're
got a
in the
pilot
drawing,
on it.
which will be
Remember 0
selected at the
Yankee
end of
Kilo,
my
go ahead.
April 20th flight.
Layers starting
So make sure that either you're around or I know how to get a hold of you.
10,000.
If you're not going to be around,
And,
connect with me on the Discord.
-10 Celsius.
And if you win, I'll make sure
Number
you
0 Yankee Kilo, Roger. Any
get
IC
that
turbulence on the way
gift
down?
card.
Negative icing.
Hey,
light
you're welcome,
turbulence
Downwind
starting
Sim.
at 14,000
Happy late
through
birthday, by the way, buddy.
10,500.
Celebrating a
Number 0
year
Yankee
on
Kilo, thanks for the
Twitch.
report. Contact Fargo approach
And the
120.4.
20 planes that I've had the most fun with so far this year. 10 on P3D and 10 on X-Plane. And I'm actually debuting a new plane on the 20th. So another expansion to the Melvin hangar there. Yep, kind of crazy. I know you just talked about being on for 3 years or something like that.
6187 Juliet.
I thought we fixed that. Oh, I thought we'd fixed that. Yep, anyway, pretty crazy. It's been a blast.
Number 6187 Juliet, radar contact 20 miles south of Crookston, NDB. Say type aircraft
All right,
with
how are we
equipment
doing
suffix
here on
and your,
fuel? I'm supposed to be
destination.
switching every 15 minutes and I forget. It looks like my right fuel tank is still a little bit more full than the left. And I'm drawing off the right, so I'm gonna let it keep going. Yep. Here's what I've got cooking, everybody, in case you have never been here before. This is primarily a prop-driven stream,
Skywest 5506,
but you're going to see a few of my guilty pleasures in there, like vintage birds, DC-8, L1011, 727, and I even slide a Phenom in there,
Juliet, I'm sorry, I missed the,
although we got that taken care of already. And I'm gonna throw in a couple of fairly new planes for me: a Saab 340, which I've just got here in the last month, and the Falcon 50, which I've only had for a couple of months.
6187 Juliet, Roger, maintain VFR, the Grand Forks altimeter.
And I'm drinking the Zebo Kool-Aid finally, so that's coming up on the 17th. So there you go. That's the stream schedule. And like I say, on the 20th,
Number 87 Juliet, Roger, you want to just fly that as
we'll be
a
doing the
practice
drawing
approach then?
if we survive the flight. If there's anyone still left watching my stream after 20 consecutive days of me. we doing, by the way?
Number 0 Kilo Bravo's with you out of 5,200 on course.
Under 30 miles.
Number 0 Kilo
Alexandria.
Bravo, radar contact, Grand Forks altimeter 2972.
2972.
Got to be paying attention to the weather again. If we have any kind of icing conditions here, that's no bueno.
Number 87 Julie, Roger.
And temperature looks good so far. We're 45, so that's a good thing. Clouds are starting to build up, though. That's not necessarily a good thing.
Number 104 Papa Hotel, contact Fargo approach 120.4.
120.4, Learjet 4 Papa Hotel, good night.
November 46 Alpha Juliet, Minneapolis Center.
A wind farm over there or something, don't we? Yep. Turbines are turning.
Center, good evening. Bonanza 7 Delta Romeo, level 5.5.
Bonanza 7 Delta Romeo, Minneapolis Center, maintain VFR, Alexandria altimeter 2972. Good evening.
2972, good evening.
Pressures, temps all looking good. 30 hours in this plane now. Awesome. I've enjoyed every one of them. I haven't been good necessarily for 30 hours, but I've enjoyed them. I don't know, maybe, I don't know how much they've enjoyed me, but I've enjoyed them.
Skunk 8 Alpha Papa, climbing up to 6,000.
Skyhawk 978 Alpha Papa, Minneapolis Center, Roger. Say altitude leaving, and Jamestown altimeter is 2969er.
Okay, 23 miles.
And leaving
Alexandria, then again, we make that left-hand turn.
Sorry, correction, full pass 800.
What did we say, 299er?
Alpha Papa, Roger.
Yeah, 299. I just made a mess of my glasses here. Man, those are dirty. Need to clean those.
Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray, contact Minneapolis Center 133.4.
Charlie Golf Lima Whiskey X-ray.
See you, Crixel. All right, our next frequency, by the way, is 2040. That's a Fargo approach. So we'll have that loaded up, ready to go. There's our VOR coming into view right now.
Center, 7 Delta Romeo with a request.
Number 7 Delta Romeo, Minneapolis Center, go ahead.
I'd like to practice the P4 into Foxtrot Charlie Mike. Can I stay VFR but then just do the approach?
November 7 Delta Romeo, okay, so you just want one practice IFR approach at Flying Cloud, is that correct?
That is correct, sir.
Okay, November 7 Delta Romeo, I'll have you make that request on the next frequency, or if by the time you get down there there's a Minneapolis approach controller on, I'll have you make that request with him.
Alright, I just wanted to make sure, I know you guys have been busy tonight, I just wanted to try it out, and trying to finish out part 1.
Number 7 Delta Romeo, roger. Otherwise, if you want to take a practice approach somewhere else in my airspace, I can accommodate. The next center sector might not be able to accommodate if he's got to work you top down into Flying Cloud. If there's an approach control on by the time you get down there, you probably have better luck. Otherwise, if you want to pick an airport, say Alexandria, something on the way to Flying Cloud and take a practice approach, I can certainly accommodate it here.
Alright, 7 Delta Romeo, stand by.
Number 7 Delta Romeo, roger. And additionally, traffic 11 to 12 o'clock in 3 miles opposite direction. Altitude indicates 4,800 unverified.
Traffic in sight, 7 Delta Romeo.
750 Golf Foxtrot out of 34.4 for 240 pilots discretion.
I love this time of night when the lights start to pop on.
Number 750 Golf Foxtrot, Minneapolis Center, say again.
Looks like 12 miles
33 now for
to
240.
Alexandria, and then we make our
750 Golf
turn.
Foxtrot, Minneapolis Center, just on a pilot's discretion, maintain 8,000, Fargo, altimeter 2973.
2973 pilots discretion to 80 Golf Fox.
November 978 Alpha Papa with request.
November 0 Kilo Bravo, contact Fargo approach 120.4.
120.4, November 0 Kilo Bravo, good night.
November 7, correction, 8 Alpha Papa, say request.
November 978 Alpha Papa requesting the VOR for runway, VOR approach for runway 13.
Number 8 Alpha Papa, roger, and you have the Aberdeen automated weather at this time?
Yes, I do. 8 Alpha Papa.
Number 8 Alpha Papa, roger. Next sector, I'll have the approach clearance, but for now, just continue direct the Aberdeen VOR and expect that approach.
Roger that, Skyhawk. 8 Alpha Papa.
See some traffic up here off of our kind of 11 o'clock. Looks like probably the same direction of flight or pretty close. So I don't think he'll be an issue once we turn.
Number 87 Juliet, you planning on a full stop at Crookston? Number 87 Juliet, roger.
I think we're down below the cloud level, so maybe we'll stay out of the moisture. Temperature's still holding pretty steady, which is good.
Alpha Papa maintains 6,000. The Aberdeen altimeter is 29er, 69er, show you 300 feet high.
29er, 69er, and my apologies. 8 Alpha Papa, descending now.
Oh, as soon as I say that, here comes a mist. And what's my temperature doing? Oh, it's hanging tough.
That's Center 7 Delta Romeo.
And again, I can't stress this enough.
Alright, I'll take that request that you advise.
No anti-icing.
This is not up. 360 at 9. Are you landing
All
at
I
28?
have are,
Which airport are you looking at?
I have
I'm
window
sorry,
heat.
Alexandria.
And
That's the one Alpha X-ray November.
oh, so maybe that's the guy that we're looking at that we see there.
November 7 Delta Romeo, affirmative, Alpha X-ray November, and it's an uncontrolled airport, so really just advise that you have the current
I do have the pitot heat on.
And if you have a practice approach request, let me know
Seems like though there is a.
Alright, I do have the weather, let me do the RNAV for 28 left.
November 7 Delta Romeo, Alexandria has
I'd have to
runway
break out the old
1331 and runway
POH and
422.
figure out
You
where
might still
my
be looking at flying cloud.
window defrost is.
Alright, let me switch over.
There's the big vent that you use to heat you up a little bit. No, that's not a caps system. Alright, well, we'll just keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best here. Getting close to our turn. 3 miles. What do we have going on here with the scenery? Must be an edge of a tile glitch or something. Yeah, there's more haze coming in. Not liking that. Ooh, and the temperature's down below 40 now. And center November 11816.
Number 11816, standby. And November 7 Delta Romeo, you had your request.
7 Delta Romeo, you can just keep it like that. If you can stand by, just one.
Number 7 Delta Romeo, sure, and for traffic, maintain VFR at or below 5,500.
5,500 for 7 Delta Romeo.
November 816, go ahead.
Yes, sir. We're wondering if we could drop down to 4,000 to try to get out of this moisture that we're starting to pick up.
November 816, yeah, I may not be able to keep you in radar, but I'll certainly work you. Just want to maintain 4,000, report reaching 4,000.
All right, we'll give you a call when reaching 4,000. Thank you, November 816. All right, we're going to make the turn here, and after we make the turn, I should say, we're going to start the descent down, and hopefully we can get down below it. We do have something we can divert to. Aberdeen is actually our alternate. We can turn south and get out of this mess.
Number 87 Julia, go.
Yeah, we'll kind of bail on the
All right, let's get going down here though. Like I say, just not liking it. Might just be haze, but there's enough of this, and this is snow on my radar, so I want to make sure we get where we're supposed to get. We're 82 miles from Fargo, the Fargo VOR, so we're a little bit too far away for the that approach controller to pick us up, so I get that.
Roger, maintain full
Alright, we've got to keep coming a little bit. We turned a little late.
Cleared for the VOR runway 13 approach.
Not too bad, I guess. We're
Number
picking it up.
11816 traffic, 12 o'clock and 10 miles southeastbound. VFR 5,500 is a bonanza. I need you at a 5,000 in 1 minute or less if unable to advise.
Yeah, we see the traffic, and we'll be below 5,000 here in just about 10 seconds.
November 816, roger. Radar contact is lost at this time. And I'll tell you what, report panic intersection on Victor 2, and I should pick you up right about there.
Okay, we'll give you a call at Panic. Thanks for the help, November 11816. Alright, so we're down below 5. That's what he wanted. That is a traffic, I think, traffic alert, isn't it?
Number 175,
oh, no,
Papa, Minneapolis.
I'm over speeding. I don't know that we've really got down into in the air that's that much clearer, but our temperature's back up a little bit, which is kind of at least that's a win. We're 45 degrees. Yeah, Ice is right downwind. So I'm trying to be
Minneapolis
smart about it.
November 175 Sierra Papa's with you, flight level 200.
November 175 Sierra Papa, Minneapolis Center, Roger.
We shall see. I also have Fergus Falls VOR, and it looks like there's an airport out there if I wanted. Oh, I was going to look. Yeah, that's just the scenery. That's a tile edge that's showing through.
Number 6187 Juliet, runway
That
35
happens.
left for to land.
There's 4,000. Let's get that altitude hold engaged. We're on the VOR.
Minneapolis Center.
82 miles.
Flight level 370.
This is the leg.
6506 Minneapolis Center, Roger.
We need Fargo 16-2 as our next
Minneapolis Center, FedEx 224,
frequency.
Depot 390.
FedEx 224 Minneapolis Center, Roger.
All right, we're doing good. And then, so for us, we got Panic. Panic is 30 miles from Fargo, so we'll switch over at about, when this gets to about 40, 41, we'll switch over, then we'll report Panic. Hopefully we won't be in a panic at that point in time.
Got a 5097 Minneapolis Center.
The other bad part about descending is now we only have 4,000 feet of space to work with if something should happen to go wrong. But I think we're down here where the air is a little warmer, and I'm hoping that, fingers crossed, I'm hoping that's going to do the trick. I don't really see too many other options. You know,
Minneapolis Center, Delta 18.
north, south, it kind of all looks the same around us. I guess if we had to, we could just turn back around and head the direction that we
Minneapolis Center, Roger.
came from. Or we could set down, like I say, I'm seeing a couple of little spots here. This is a small enough airplane that you have a lot of options here. So yeah, we've got, oh yeah, here's Fergus Falls. We could go over here to Wahpeton, although that looks like where the weather is. Maybe we'd be smarter to divert over here to Parham or Detroit Lakes. There's even these small private airports that we could get if we need to. So I'm hoping that we just stay slightly north of this line of storms that are coming in, and we're able to sneak our way
5506, descent pilot's discretion, maintain
into
8000,
Fargo.
altimeter 2973.
Downwind, where were we the last time when I iced up and
Via my discretion.
had to do a forced landing? Remember? Like my chair is low. Trying to remember where that was. "29 arrivals, 14 departures right now at Hector. That's pretty good. Big shout out to the Minneapolis St. Paul ARTCC for putting on this midweek GA event. Thanks, guys. It's always fun flying up here anyway, but boy, really appreciate that middle of the week GA love. You know, I think you're right. We were trying to get into 2 Bravo 2, you and I. That does sound right. That does sound right. Okay, I'm starting to get a little concerned here.
Minneapolis Center, good evening. Scout
Over the
3689,
best. That
via
means I'm...
1000.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
3689, Minneapolis Center, climb maintain flight level 210.
Manifold pressure
Climate
got
210,
cranked up there
3689.
somehow a little too much. Thank you. Thanks for the reminder. And also, I need to flip over. My right fuel tank is now down below, so I can flip that over. We'll draw off the left. Try to keep it all balanced if we can.
I'm sorry, I was on a landline. Say again. 6187 Julia taxi, at flight, your discretion remain this range.
Yeah. Well, we've all had that icing lesson, haven't we?
Discretion maintain 8000, Fargo altimeter 2973.
Can we get the altitude again? Sorry, FedEx 224, I think.
Number 0 Golf Foxtrot, contact Fargo approach 120.4.
120.40 Golf Foxtrot.
Indianapolis Center, FedEx 224. Can we get altitude again? Sorry about that.
FedEx 224, discretion 8000, and Fargo altimeter 2973.
Okay, 2973 and descend and maintain 8,000 at pilot's discretion, FedEx 224, I think.
November 816, verify level 4000.
We are level 4000, November 816.
November 816, roger.
And Center, Bonanza 7
Man,
Delta Romeo would like to cancel
I
flight
could have
following.
swore that there
Number 7 Delta
was...
Romeo, radar service terminated. Squawk VFR, frequency change approved. Take care.
Thank you for the ATC work tonight. See you.
Good night.
a little bit of defrost.
1997 short stay.
It wasn't anti-ice, but it was like window defrost.
133.4 to 1597.
Wonder if that's it. We're about to become the Discovery Channel again, Downwind Sim. We don't want that. So the next best thing is to actually open up the manual while we got just a second here. What are we tracking outbound? 20, yeah, we got 20 miles or so. If we can't find it here super fast, I won't worry too much about it, but because we do need to start thinking about an arrival into Fargo. Doing it by the book. Yeah, trying. I'm trying. Here we go. We're loading it up. Technically, I'm reaching down. I'm pulling it out to look, to see. And again, we're just gonna take a quick peek through here and see. Maybe I'm thinking about the wrong plane here, which is possible. Nothing in that. Nothing in the panel that I'm seeing. Procedures. Icing, 76. Probably says, don't fly into icing conditions. Rule number 1. Rule number 2, when in doubt, see rule number 1. All right. Icing. Alternate air open, cabin heat full hot, pitot heat on, engine max power RPM. Okay, so, okay, I wasn't too crazy.
I need you back in about 6 minutes.
Why did you open up their new Bing tab? Just in case, so this does come open. Alt air open. All right. Pitot heat's already on. Cabin heat's full hot. See, that's the one I don't. That's what I don't know where it's at. Cabin heat. I can't remember where it's at. Is it this one? Oil cooler. No. Down here, maybe. That's where it is on the Beaver, right down here by the wobble pump.
Number 67904 Hotel, Minneapolis Center.
That might be it. Honestly.
Minneapolis Center, 67904 Hotel.
Number 67904 Hotel.
No,
I think I just missed your check on
I don't know.
level 4000
All right.
and say your DME southeast of Alexandria.
I did not check on, but am level 4000 and 23 miles southeast Alexandria.
Number 67904 Hotel, roger. Report 20 southeast of Alexandria.
Report Southeast Alexandria, 6794 hotel.
All right, well, we'll put that on anyway. It looks actually like it's kind of not so bad over here. Most of the weather is still over here. But I think we're down low enough, and again, the main thing right now, we're still above 40 degrees, so we've got a little bit of a margin of error there. We'll keep looking, but we do need to kind of think a little bit about approach and arrival. And I don't know, do we have, if we're doing it by the book, can I actually tune it in here? What's Fargo, do we have?
3689, we're back to control.
Don't have a Fargo ATIS. So I'll have to cheat and use active sky. It's saying calm winds, awesome, clear conditions, and okay, very good, very good. No precipitation reported.
Number 8 Alpha Papa, no traffic observed between you and the Aberdeen Airport. Change your advisory frequencies approved. Report the cancellation by
All right,
this frequency.
I gotta flip over here in just a second. 30 miles.
That 8 Alpha Papa.
Need to check on my headings here.
Remember, 8 Alpha Papa, if you can't get me
So
on the
I'm
ground,
coming in
report your
on
cancellation with
the
Minneapolis Center on 133.4.
116
So,
outbound.
if you don't get me,
So I'm
33.4
299er right now outbound. So there's going to be a little bit of a, or is there? 299er and 116. Yeah, there's going to be a more than a little bit of an adjustment here, isn't there?
Level 4000.
Number 904 Hotel Road.
Okay. A little bit of a bend in the road there for that low en route. So we'll flip it here at
Number 175 Sierra Papa.
40, and then again we're supposed to report panic, which is 30 miles inbound.
120.4, thanks. 75 Bureau Sierra Papa.
Just about there. So looking at Hector, by the way, just again to kind of look ahead, it looks like we have all kinds of options here. 31 if we want to challenge. That's 3,800 feet. That should be doable. Runway 36 is the longest. Runway 27, they could bring us in any old way. But for us, looks like the South GA ramp is down. Oh, no, 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 no. Here's the FBO. We've got to get up to the North GA FBO area. Only the fanciest of parking facilities for you guys on my stream.
3689, contact Minneapolis Center 133.4.
133.4, 3689.
In case we need it, it does look like I have
Number 6,
ILS
if the previous controller didn't
to
advise you,
18
radar
and
contact is
36.
lost. Report panic intersection on Victor 2, please.
I do have
Well, report panic, 679.
RNAV on 19 and 18. So I've got options, and I can do an RNAV because I am slant Gulf. I have that ability. How about this sun, by the way? How about this sunset? Oh, mama. How about that dry throat cough? Just shows you I've been talking too much. A little bit tough to see this cockpit right now. Not the best lit cockpit in the world. I think there's some kind of a, maybe it's only in the cabin area. Overhead lights.
120.4.
Yeah, it looks like it's maybe back there. Yeah, maybe not. The lighting is right down there by the cabin heat switch, by the way. Take 6 in case you're wondering. Alright, this one I'm going to have to be a little bit more careful about. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to heading mode, which is set to stay to maintain. Then we're gonna go ahead and flip over to the Fargo VOR. That's coming into play for me. And again, Fargo, I need to be tracking inbound on the lost it here, the 116 outbound radial. So let's do a little spinorama here. 116 outbound. Whoops. Gotta go back this way, duh. 110. Actually, it's pretty close to where it is right now. Yeah, okay. So that actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Back to you. Back to nav. So we're inbound again. We will report panic, which is when we're 30 DME from Fargo. And since I don't have any kind of an ATIS, unfortunately, for Fargo, I'm just going to have to roll with it and probably going to get a visual approach. It's really, like I say, the weather notwithstanding, the icing conditions that are kind of to our south, the overall weather is not bad. The wind is calm in Fargo. And yeah, things are actually holding steady, so I think we might be okay. Famous last words. Still looking for that doggone cabin heat switch.
Good evening, Minneapolis Center, Canada 107 with you, flight level 360.
8 miles to panic.
Minneapolis Center, Roger.
Thumbing through the book here. I need a good old-fashioned
Minneapolis, Delta 1834.
panel map.
Delta 1834.
Yes, sir. I need to step away for a couple minutes. Is that okay?
Delta 1834, I'm going to have you over to the next frequency in just a second. Make the request with him.
Hey, Roger. Thank you, sir.
Delta 1834, contact Minneapolis Center 133.4. Make the request over there.
Roger. Thank you. 133.4, Delta 1834.
Oh, you know what? Those are heat control levers over here. Absolutely are. Full heat coming on. And fan control switch is right here. Sweet. I don't know that we need it, but at least we know where it's at. It would buy us a little bit of time. Now, it doesn't do anything at all to the flight surfaces or the propeller, but at least it kind of keeps it as warm as it could be, I guess. All right, I think we're going to report panic. No, we're still 5 miles out. Okay, you learn something new every day. If nothing else, we just learned something about the old Piper Turbo Arrow. All right, way cool. Just checked the book. I did. I checked the book, my friend, and found it right here. I'm turning over a new leaf downwind. This is New Leaf Melvin, they call me. Fastest POH in the West.
Good evening, Minneapolis Center. Epic November 79 Juliet Whiskey is with you. Flight level 21.
79 Juliet Whiskey, Minneapolis Center.
Lots of fun little buttons and knobs to push. My kind of airplane. I keep opening Bing. Why? Why Bing? Just stick to making ortho, okay? I don't want to use you, per se. I just want your free ortho data. One mile to panic. I think we're going to make it, guys. We're at least going to make it to the field. Right now, everybody's like, why is it so hot in here? I'm assuming that's outside air temperature. I could be wrong. Isn't that? That's got to be outside air temp, right? Is it lighted? Oh, it's an international airport, so I hope it's lighted. It's not. It ain't Plum Island. All right. Well, we know how to turn that on, so I'll keep it on low. And we'll keep. It's probably chilly, you know. If it's only 40 outside, it's probably chilly in the cabin a little bit here.
At 6,300 to 14,000. It's at 41 miles.
I was going to report. It's taking this guy 5 minutes to check in. Center November 11816, just crossing panic at 4,000.
Cover 816, radar contact, contact Fargo approach 120.4.
2040, we'll see you at Arrow 816. All right, I'll let that guy sort that guy out, the other guy out.
750 Golf Foxtrot 4,000 and a 330 heading.
750 Golf Foxtrot, Fargo depression, Fargo departure, radar contact, turn left heading 270.
270 Golf Foxtrot.
Not below Buckacre. Fargo approach, good evening, November 11816, 4,000.
November 11816, Fargo approach, expect visual approach runway 36, Fargo altimeter 2973.
Visual runway 36, 2973, thanks, November 11816. 73. That's just about what we have. There's 1, 2, 3. All right. Visual 36. So let's do this. We will, of course, dial things in just as backup. 110.3 and an approach course 356. And elevation of 901, so 1099 is our minimums.
1800 Golf Foxtrot.
Okay, here we go.
5506, turn right heading 180.
180, 5506.
Number 750 Golf Foxtrot to tower, assign you an altitude.
4,000.
Roger. Number 750 Golf Foxtrot,
That'll be ready.
altitude indicates 4,300, check altimeter 2973.
2973 set 0 Golf Fox.
All right. Yep, not Plum Island, not below Buckacre.
Fargo departure FedEx 224 heavy.
I'm curious, I don't know if Dave's still here, but I wonder if he ranked the difficulty of airfields the same way that I did in terms of what was hardest. That below Buckacre strip is always a tough one. I think the Hidden Splendor, though, is by far the most challenging for me to land on anyway. Although, heck, I crashed at Nielsen Wash, so... Well, it didn't crash, I just landed so hard that it
turn left heading
broke the landing gear.
and maintain 4,000. FedEx 224 heavy flighting 270, maintain 4,000.
Okay, we're coming up here 22 miles, and then it's a turn to the right. We're going to be getting there just at the right time. Nice sunset. Probably be getting that golden hour light all the way through to the, yeah, maybe not. A little less than a half an hour left, I would say. Yeah, no margins at Hidden Splendor. That is true. What a place. Definitely need to return. Do some more work down there. All right, let's take a look here. Fuel needs to be on the fullest tank. Well, right now, I'm going to flip it back over to the right. And mixture, yep, is set. We're not quite at that point yet. Pretty soon we'll go mix full forward, prop lever full forward. Looking for an approach speed of about 75, so we will we'll descend at about 100. By the way, Chap Pascal has followed. Awesome, man. Thanks for pushing that little follow button and appreciate it. Welcome to Prop Culture. Glad you're tagging along. We do this normally Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, but I'm in the middle of a 20-day marathon. Can I make a quick landing? Well, if by doing it on the first try, that's what we'll shoot for, man. But no, I'm still a little ways out. I've got 18 miles until I hit the Fargo VOR, and then at that point, right here, then we'll be turning. We got another 10 miles, so now I'm 30 miles out, so a good, 15-20 minutes or so. So sit back, enjoy, or if you have to, go get some chips. There are some storms, so we've been worried about that, but for the most part, they've stayed off to the south. And our temperature has stayed above freezing, so fingers crossed on that. That's been a blessing. But yeah, it looks like it's, according to Sky Vector, it's getting a little bit nasty south of the field here. We've had this, where we came in, you can see that's built up a little bit and crossed our path. We kind of timed that just right because we were able to get through this Victor Airway before that storm kind of overtook things.
06 instead of maintain 4,000.
4,000 Skywest 55 or 6.
All right, take 6. I'm glad you do. Yeah, I've been sipping on a little ice water here. Blue dolphin on the rocks, as they say. Best to keep your wits about you, boy. 14-3 to the turn.
Double 3680, no worries.
We should get.
Just let me know when you can clear direct.
Should get a little bit of a vector. If we don't, what's our turn here?
Actually, Delta 3680 instead we'll do this. Climb and maintain flight level 230, contact Minneapolis.
About due north, I think.
To the Gutchan course.
Can I do a pilot's last words compilation? I need to. I've said a lot of things that have come back to haunt me. Thanks for the host, by the way. That's awesome. Yeah.
750 Golf Foxtrot, turn left heading 030, intercept 36 localizer.
030, intercept localizer, 0 Golf Fox.
How am I going to sneak through all that blue junk? Well, them's my shoes. I'm happy we've made it this far because we've been worried about icing all day long, and I think this is just kind of low-lying North Dakota haze.
5506, maintain 170 and officer grader.
Staying up above freezing, so that's our goal. That's our goal.
5506 turned right heading 270.
Yeah, take 6. It hasn't been that bad. And the nice thing is that the wind is laid down. So for a while there,
Fargo Airport, 12 o'clock, 7 miles, report in sight.
As you saw,
Zero Golf Foxtrot, we got the field in sight.
Okay, there's 750 Golf Foxtrot, thanks, good visual, approach on
it was
836.
pretty bumpy up at 8,000. Yeah, shouldn't be flying because of the virus outbreak. Well, I haven't been furloughed yet, Chad, so I'm getting in as...
Turn left heading 270, vector to final approach course.
Left turn 270, November 11816. Trying to get as many hours as I can before I get furloughed.
And 3680, we're going to go ahead and reset. We lost everything on the airplane, so let's go ahead and reset.
Alright, there we go there.
Oh shoot.
Back to heading mode. And now we officially are on vectors to final, so we can go ahead and change our frequency. That's the approach course, or sorry, the localizer frequency there. We don't have, I don't believe we have anybody below, I better double check that. Do we have anybody below approach here? Oh, we do have tower, so let me get that frequency in as well. No, and we have ground too, so 3380. Tower, 3380. There we go.
FedEx 224, turn left heading 090.
For FedEx 224.
Okay, that'll be ready to go.
06, 3000.
And we do also need to...
FedEx 224 Heavy, actually amend the heading flighting 050.
050 for FedEx 224.
Guys, VVI 06, turn right heading 330, intercept runway 36 localizer.
Approach course is 356, so we're going to get that set here as well.
5506.
Alright, I think we're about ready. 350, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Are we good to descend now, FedEx?
Fargo departure, good evening. It's been
I already have the localizer coming in. That's good. I thought I saw the glide slope
It's a Bonanza 69 X-ray Golf. We're
pop
about,
in there for a
5
second
miles
as
west of
well,
West Fargo
but
with a VRFR request,
we'll
for
see.
Practice approach.
Alright guys, I'm going to kind of sterile cockpit it here for just a minute. Start paying attention to the approach. I'll talk to you guys when I get on the ground. Put your landing rate predictions in, by the way.
Alright, left hand 030 minutes.
In that spot on the right hand side.
Or 11816 fly heading 330, intercept runway 36 localizer.
330 intercept the localizer, November 816.
Skies 5506, airport 12 o'clock, 15 miles, cushion 7 miles, report in sight.
Go to the airport for Skywest.
There's our glide slope.
Skies 5506,
And man, I don't even know how to intercept. What do I have to do down here? Localizer normal. So I just have to flip it over one notch, and I can. Might as well practice that.
133.8 for 5506.
We'll arm the localizer. Let's see if we can capture it. Let's see if we can. We'll fly it until we intercept the glide slope also, just for practice, just in case. Here comes the localizer. You can see the airfield off to our 1 to 2 o'clock.
Airport 12 o'clock and 10 miles, report in sight.
If we've done everything correct, we should start the turn. There we go. We've got a little bit of traffic.
36 and reduce to final approach speed, please.
I'm going to start to slow down myself.
And clear visual 36, FedEx 224.
I'm not going super fast, but about 100 is a nice glide speed for this plane. Okay, we're on the localizer. We've got tower frequency tuned in. Traffic looks bad tonight down there. Wow.
Number 69 X-ray Golf Fargo approach. Say you're requesting, and I'm sorry.
It's all good. We're down at 2,700. We're now about 10 miles southwest of West Fargo. We'd like to do the full approach into, practice approach into Moorhead, if we could, the VOR Alpha over at Norfolk.
Number 69 X-ray Golf, Roger, squawk, correction, radar contact, squawk 0414, and can you see the IKO for that airport, and then I heard VOR Alpha, that's all I got.
Sure thing. 0414. The airport is on Moorhead. It's Kilo Juliet, so it's just to the southeast of Fargo, and the VOR Alpha full approach, and we'll cancel just inside of the final approach X.
Alright, number 69 X-ray Juliet, or question X-ray Golf, I have your request.
Thank you much. We're just going to maintain a southbound heading for now.
Roger. Number 1418, 16, airport 12 o'clock, 10 miles, report in sight.
Sorry, was that for November 816?
Juliet Whiskey's with you at 14,000 feet.
Number 11816, airport 12 o'clock, 10 miles, do you have in sight?
We have the field, November 816.
Number 816, cleared visual approach runway 36.
Cleared visual runway 36, November 816. All right, here comes the glide slope.
79 Juliet Whiskey, Fargo approach, expect visual approach runway 36, Fargo.
Let's see if it grabs it, and if it does, then I think we're gonna just.
Expect the visual for
There we
36,
go. There's
Juliet
the glide
Whiskey.
slope. Awesome.
I'm headed down to 8,000.
All right, so we did get that configured correctly, and I think we're gonna put a notch of flaps in, and then we're gonna just fly this thing ourselves. This is a fun plane to fly. Turn that off, turn that off, turn that off, and let's see if we can't fly this manually. Light winds tonight. In fact, I think the report is calm, so no excuse there.
Question X-ray Golf, so you want to do the procedure turn on that approach?
And we're at 100.
If we could accommodate that, we'd appreciate that for 69 X-ray Golf.
Oh, of course. Number 69 X-ray Golf, turn left heading 090, back to the final approach course.
Left turn 090 for the final approach course for 69 X-ray Golf. Just confirm we're not going to be doing the procedure turn?
No, you can do the procedure turn all you want. That's perfect.
Okay, left turn 090 for 69 X-ray Golf.
I would never deny that.
Hey, Fargo approach, Epic 79 Juliet Whiskey. Request.
79 Juliet Whiskey, go ahead.
Any chance I can do the VOR 36 into Fargo with a hot transition?
And our 79 Juliet Whiskey, yep, no problem, I have your request. Number 11816, connect tower 133.8.
3380, November 11816. We'll see you.
Close traffic, runway 36, November 9076 here, Whiskey. Thank you. I took 14, just to be advised, I do see you there.
Fargo Tower, hello, November 11816 on the approach 36.
Remember 11816, Fargo Tower, runway 36, clear to land.
36 clear to land, November 11816. Fallen behind or below my glide slope just a little bit here, guys.
Remember
Add some power back in and see if I can't pick that up. For being calm, I feel like I'm getting shoved a little
we're
bit
looking negative contact once you're Charlie.
across the way.
Charlie, turn base now and keep looking for him. Runway 36, number 4, cleared for the option. Okay, turning base 36 cleared for the option. 10 Charlie. We're going to be a full stop. Roger.
We've got the outer marker.
Go if you're able. All right, let's hit Echo FedEx 224 heavy. And FedEx 224 heavy, ground point 9. Ground point 9, FedEx 224 heavy. Number 600 Kilo Bravo, turn base.
Base now, 0 Kilo Bravo.
524 Mike Golf, short of 36 Bravo 3.
524 Mike Golf, Fargo Tower Road.
I've left all my lights on.
The runway,
Altimeter is set.
27 is available for turn off. Sounds good. We'll turn off 27. My bad. FedEx 224 heavy. And contact ground point 9. Ground point 9. FedEx 224 heavy. Is that the 37 Golf? I don't think we ever received the option clearance. Number 37 Golf, runway 36, clear for that. Clear option 36, and support 36 Golf. High Tech 14, runway 36, line up and away.
36, line up away, High Tech 14.
Got a little bit over the glide slope now.
High Tech 14, report the Cessna in sight.
Got him.
High Tech 14, roger, maintain visual separation with the Cessna 172, turn right heading 040-936.
The gear horn.
Right,
Throw the gear down here.
040, maintain visual separation with the Cessna, runway 36, good for takeoff, High Tech 14. And the Cessna for left
All right.
pattern.
Prop lever
affirmative.
and
People
mixture
leave.
lever
Number
full
37
forward.
Golf, make left close traffic. Left close traffic, 37 Golf.
Wind's really blowing us left right now. But this is a light plane and it picks up every little gust.
Remember 524 Mike Golf, running 36 line up and away traffic, 3 mile final.
36 line up away, we'll be ready for Mike Golf.
Okay, fully configured. Gears down 3 green. Fuel tank's on the fullest. Lights are on. Runway's clear.
And that's how number 2 and on 1 Quebec requesting for a full landing.
Remember 28901, go back, call me when you're 10 miles out.
We'll call 10 miles out.
Or 524 Mike Golf, or fly runway, correction, you're, where you? I take 14, contact departure.
Departure C, I take 14.
Number 524 Mike Golf, turn right, heading 0501936, clear for take.
05036, clear for takeoff for Mike Golf.
Number 11816, traffic departs priority right.
Roger, 816.
Caution weight trailing to Boeing 757.
Yikes. I'm a piper, man.
Fargo Tower, Skywest 5506 on the ground. I'm looking across.
Alright, he's rolling. I guess we'll,
5506, hold short runner 36, traffic.
hope we don't get bounced around too bad.
Only short 36 Echo. 5506.
Tower 3 AK Alpha is holding short of 36 Bravo 3, ready to go.
78. Number 60 Whiskey, traffic at your 11 o'clock, 3 minutes. Remember 9760 Whiskey.
November 9760.
Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy.
60 Whiskey, rather wind calm now, runway 36. Number 2, clear for the option.
That got a little bit squirrely at the end there, guys. Sorry about that.
Number 2 clear for the
384.
option.
Ooh. Wish I could say that was atypical for this plane, but I am not good at landing this bird. Alright, where can I exit where there's nobody waiting? Whew. Alright. Not great, but we're down.
78 Cal, runway 36, line up and wait. Traffic, 3 mile final traffic will cross downfield.
Gotta get the heck off the runway here. There's guys behind me.
Runway 36, me Alpha.
Remember, 1 Sierra Charlie, traffic crossing downfield. Traffic will depart prior to.
Looks like we've got a spot we can get off here.
Skywest 5506.
Is there somebody waiting here? Oh,
Number
man.
4637 Gulf traffic off your left, turning final for 36. Traffic inside 37 Gulf.
Oh, jeez.
Number 11816. Oh, there's an airplane there.
Yeah, I just saw that. Can I roll down to the end? Am I okay?
Yeah, stand by. 1 Sierra Charlie, go around, make left close traffic.
Well, go around and 1 left close traffic.
Yeah, shoot.
Yeah, 11816. Go up there and take a right on the runway if you're trying to get out of here.
Yeah, we'll get out of the way. Sorry about that, 816. Why is that guy holding there? Is my question. Where's he going?
Sky 5506, cross runway 36.
Cross runway 36, 5506.
Fargo Tower, United 310, holding short of 36 at Alpha.
Roger, United 310. Hold short 36.
Alright, well we are off. That was an adventure also.
Number 7 Yankee Alpha, runway 36, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 36, 7 Yankee Alpha.
And you can make
right close traffic.
Yeah, right close traffic, 7 Yankee Alpha.
Right close traffic, 7 Yankee Alpha.
Mike Golf, you want us with a departure?
Yeah, sorry about that. I got tied up. Contact departure.
Over departure, not a problem. 4 by Golf today. 4637 Golf, runway 36, number 3, clear for the option.
Clear for the option, runway 36, 4637 Golf.
For 0 Kilo Bravo's 4 mile final option, runway 36. Remember 600 Kilo Bravo, roger, number 2, cleared for the option, number 36. Clear the option 36, 0 Kilo Bravo.
Tower, November 11816. We're clear on runway 27.
Number 11816, thanks, contact ground point 9.
Ground point 9er, thanks for the help. 816. All right, well.
That's tower number 2,
yeah,
go back 10 miles.
Kind of like good riddance probably for me here. Fargo ground, hello, November 11816. We are on runway 27, taxiing to the North GA.
Piper 11816, Fargo ground, thanks for flying in. Taxi straight ahead via 27 and Charlie 3 into the ramp. Have a good one.
27 Charlie 3, 11816.
And 816 actually amended instructions, Charlie 2 into the ramp. Have a good one.
Okay, Charlie 2. Appreciate that, 816. All right, well, guys, let's see who had the high hand today, because it was in the 300s. JPC had 196.
5506 Alpha Tango to the terminal.
Looks like so far he may be the top dog, but I'm not going to say this because I don't want it to feel like an excuse, but
AC221, just hold position.
I'm feeling like that was a little bit of wake turbulence because that was just really very, very weird. And so can we just at least say that maybe is a possibility? I don't know if that was great, but that was really strange. I was pretty stable, and all of a sudden I was up and all over the place. I'm thinking I maybe got wake turbed a little bit there. So Happy was able to stay with it and keep the blue side up, but it ended up making for an interesting approach, no doubt about it.
And Fargo ground, November 9076 Sierra Whiskey on Bravo 3, taxi.
Okay, well, the default scenery here, guys, so we don't have any fancy FBO to show you. Let's just make sure no one's coming.
Roger that.
Oh, that's pretty,
that's the
isn't
same
it?
place. All right, so stand by. Cessna 3024 Charlie. Could you just continue past?
In we come.
Make a 180 on Bravo.
A lot of traffic, a lot of great ATC tonight. We appreciate that. We're going to just kind of pull over to the side, get out of the way of all these big boys.
Cessna 6 Sierra Whiskey, once that 172 passes left to right, you can continue left, Bravo.
Call it good, kind of over here.
Cross runway 27.
We'll go ahead and get shut down, and then we will we'll check the chat messages here. Yeah, see, like I feel like there should be some kind of a
AC221, runway 36, taxi by Tango.
Some kind of an overhead light that helps me out here. Brakes are set. Turn off the engines. The engine. No multiple engines here. Alright, pitot heat can come off. Anti-collision lights, landing lights. Those are off. Let's clean up the flaps.
Cessna 24 Charlie, thanks for the help. Left Bravo 3 short of 3.
You can see this right now, but they're coming up. All that's turned off. All those autopilot things are turned off. Let's shut the fuel off. And oh yeah, I know what else I need to make sure I do is turn off the cabin heating system. Don't want to leave that on. And then we have this switch can be turned off, and these two levers can be turned off as well. All right. Alternator off, battery off, and we're all shut down, put to bed. Let's see. Okay, let me turn off my light here as well. I'm going to have to look at that, though, for an overhead light. There's got to be something else there. It's just a little too dark. Is VATSPY the best app to use to watch along? I think that's what a lot of people like because the refresh rate is faster than VATtastic. VATtastic is what I like. But it's only because I'm used to it. I know where things are and what things look like. So that's what VATtastic looks like. I think VATSPY looks similar, but it's like I say, the refresh rate is a lot faster. The one thing about Vatastic that I will say that's promising is version 2 looks pretty amazing. And there's some stuff going on in version 2 that is kind of cool. The real world map view. So like here we were into Fargo, right? So far so good, but here's what I think is kind of cool. Look at that. Look at how far down it goes to the imagery. And yeah, so that's got some potential. Here we are, 11816. Where are we? We're zoomed in too far now. But anyway, so I like VatSpy, or I'm sorry, I like Vatastic, but I know a lot of people they like VatSpy better. So it's just kind of whatever you like to use. Both are free. VatSpy has a more complicated like setup process. I know that there's some downloads and things like that. Vatastic is a web-based deal. You sign in with your VatSim ID and you're good to go. All right. VatSpy is a little cleaner, JPC says. Yeah. Okay, JPC. Kenny is declaring JPC the winner of the landing rate, the Captain Awesome. All right, good deal. I'm kind of working my way backwards here. Take 6, we were runway 36. And, yeah, got a little wow out of take 6. Should have had a ouch my back from Kenny Monster because that definitely was a back-o-matic type of traffic. Yeah, Chad, there was a lot of traffic there, but that's what I like. I do like that. And Aries the Hound. Appreciate that, man. That is a nice prediction, buddy. Right there. You don't win anything but the chest bump. Right there, brother. Chad, nope, not taking any. I don't do the song request things. I don't know how to do that, honestly. And but yeah. Let's see. Looks like I'm kind of caught up there. So, anywho, all right. Well, that was fun. That was a lot of fun, in fact. And I think it's so much fun that we're gonna go and raid anybody else who happens to be on some sort of GA. Sim Caesar is doing some GA stuff. So hang tight. Let me do the outro, and we're gonna raid Sim Caesar. So hang tight. You'll really enjoy this guy. Okay, I got that typed in. It'll be counting down as I go to the outro. I will see you guys though back again tomorrow. And what are we doing? Oh, we're in the King Air 350 tomorrow, so it should be a blast. And appreciate you coming along for the first 7 days already of the 20 for 20. And we got a lot more flying to do, so should be fun. Until next time, yeah, it's the Texas Hoedown. I wasn't going to say that, JPC, but it's a Virtual USA Flying Club event, so you need to be there. Texas Hoedown. I'll be in the King Air, maybe leading one of the spurs. I'm not sure yet. JPC hasn't told me, but hopefully you can join and head over to the Virtual USA Flying Club Discord for more information on that. All right, that's it for me. Have a pleasant rest of your Tuesday. I'll be looking for you on the TCAS. Until next time, take care. God bless.